Jeez. So, once your canola oil is brown, like it has right here, you're going to want to wipe most of it off. Now remember, you don't want to wipe all of it off, you just want to spread it a little bit and get the excess off. Now be careful and don't put your finger down right here like I did, or else the hot canola oil will burn your finger. Now since we have our eggs scrambled, you're going to want to pour them onto the pan after resetting it to about 3. You're going to want to pour it onto the pan. And you hear that? It's kind of sizzling. It's going. And take your trusty spatula and start to flip it. Now, while you're flipping it and mixing it around, it's important to chop it up, like I just did. Now you're gonna want to kind of mix it around, make it delicious and awesome and great, and start flipping it again. Once you see a big glob, then you're going to want to chop it up into different parts. And you'll know if the egg isn't ready because it's kind of shiny still. So you'll want to flip it again, keep flipping until it's fully cooked. Now with omelets, if there's a bit of undercooked, not yolk, but just normal egg, it's fine. But with scrambled eggs, you gotta be careful. Not saying that you want uncooked egg in your omelet, just saying that if you do happen to get it in there, it's fine. Because sometimes there will be little pockets of uncooked egg. So, I think our delicious, delicious eggs are done now. And we can set aside our spatula. Right. Never mind. Don't set aside your spatula and be a derp like me. You'll want to take this, turn the burner off, and scrape it with your spatula, not your hands, and scrape some of them into your burrito. Now, since I made 2 eggs, you don't want to scrape all of them in because then it'll kind of get too much. Just a little more in there. Okay, that's good. Now what you'll want to do is you're going to set this aside just so you have eggs for another day. You're gonna put it in a line formation like this. And since your bacon's done, probably by now, I'm gonna take a glove, open up your microwave, and grab it. Now be careful because this is freaking hot. Of course, I already had bacon made, so, excuse me, we already had bacon made, so, actually, that bacon's better. So, you do want it crispy because it's easier to crumble up into pieces. How many pieces of bacon do you want? Okay, I'll put 2 pieces of bacon in. Now it's optional if you want to crumble it up into little pieces. And now, of course, Archie wants some. Sorry. And you just keep crumbling, and you just keep crumbling. Or, instead of crumbling it up, what? Okay. Or instead of crumbling it up, you can lay it down like this. But since our guest of honor would like only 1 piece of bacon on her burrito, we're going to leave it like that. Now, for making the hash browns, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a pan like this, which right now we're using to make corned beef hash, and you're going to want to get a frozen bag of hash browns. Put them in. After putting in cooking oil, sorry, I forgot that part. After putting in cooking oil, pour them in and cook them for about as long as the bag says. Now, in between cooking them, you're going to want to flip it with a spatula like this or this, but not one of these spatulas, because if you do so, you're going to scrape the pan and you might get a little metal inside. And you don't want to eat metal, unless you're weird. But since we already have our potatoes pre-made, you're going to want to heat them up for about, what, 15 seconds, 20 seconds? And while you're waiting for that, you may want to put some corned beef hash in. Now, since I'm not making this for myself, and I'm making it for our special guest at home, where should I put this? Back. Okay. Here. I guess that's good. You're going to want to take your plate over, grab the spatula, and put some on there. Now, I guess that's good. You're going to want to even it out, so just kind of spread it around with your fingers, but be gentle. What are you laughing about?